Okay, guys, welcome back to today uh, reading class. So we are going to be diving into 2025 JAMB Literature in English past question. We're going to be reading literature in English for 2025 JAMB past question for the year 2025 JAMB Literature in English past question and answer. So we have the question here. So guys, in case you guys need this PDF, you can let me know in the comment section by go to the comment section, give the list of the subjects you need. We have all subjects in stock for both science subjects, art subjects, and commercial subjects. We have every past question, well updated past question. We have everything in stock. Okay, so in case you need any of the past question, you can let me know in the comment section. I'll direct you how you can download it. So guys, let's start the reading class. Don't forget to share this video with your friend. Click on follow button and subscribe to this channel if you're watching for our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and share with your friend. God bless you as you take 1 minute of your time to share with your friend. So if you think that this video is of benefit, do it to give a like and share with a friend. So also you can help others. So let's move to the reading class. As we always do, what we just have to do here, as we always do, you take I will drop the correct option every 30 seconds. Okay, just read the question and pick your answer, and I will give you the correct option every 30 seconds. Are you ready? So stay away from where you can get started. So now let's read and let's start. Let's start with the question 1. So the correct option to question 1 is option D. It's option D. So let's move to question 2. The correct option to question 2 is option B. So let's move to question 3. The correct option to question 3 is option C. So let's move to question 4. The correct option to question 4 is option B. So let's move to question 5. The correct option to question 5 is option D. So let's move to question 6. The correct option to question 6 is option A. So let's move to question 7. The correct option to question 7 is option C. So let's move to question 8. The correct option to question 8 is option B. So let's move to question 9. So read this so the extract from the answer. So give a read of this. So let's proceed here. Let me zoom it out. The correct option to question 9 is option B. So let's move to question 10. The correct option to question 10 is option D. So let's move to question 11. The correct option to question 11 is option C. So let's move to question 12. The correct option to question 12 is option B. So let's move to question 13. The correct option to question 13 is option C. So let's move to question 14. The correct option to question 14 is option C. So let's move to question 15. The correct option to question 15 is option A. So let's move to question 16. The correct option to question 16 is option C. So let's move to question 17. The correct option to question 17 is option B. So let's move to question 18. The correct option to question 18 is option A. So let's move to question 19. The correct option to question 19 is option A. So let's move to question 20. So let's move to question 20. The correct option to question 20 is option A. So let's move to question 20. Sorry, is option A. So I made a mistake. So this is not 20. I trade on the test. Is option A, which is what sucked. So let's move to question 21. The correct option to question 21 is option B. So let's move to question 22. The correct option to question 22 is option C. So let's move to question 23. The correct option to question 23 is option B. It's option B. So let's move to question 24. The correct option to question 24 is option D. So let's move to question 25. The correct option to question 25 is option C. So let's move to question 26. The correct option to question 26 is option B. So let's move to question 27. The correct option to question 27 is option D. So let's move to question 28. So let me share with you the options. I'll show you not here. So let's go to the options. You can see the options. So the correct option to question 28 is option C. So the layout. Option C. So let's move to question 29. The correct option to question 29 is option D. So let's move to question 30. The correct option to question 30 is option C. So let's move to question 31. The correct option to question 31 is option C. So let's move to question 32. The correct option to question 32 is option B. Question 33. The correct option to question 33 is option B. So let's move to question 34. The correct option to question 34 is option B. So let's move to question 35. The correct option to question 35 is option D. So let's move to question 36. The correct option to question 36 is option B. So let's move to question 37. The correct option to question 37 is option B. So let's move to question 38. The correct option to question 38 is option A. So let's move to question 39. The correct option to question 39 is option B. So let's move to question 40, which is the last question of this 2025 literature in English past question, JAMB past question. So let's read it and I'll draw the answer. Question 40. The correct option to question 40 is option B. So that becomes the end of this 2025. That will come to the end of this 2025 reading class. This 2025 JAMB Literature and English past question and answer reading class. So we can see the PDF with the detailed answer. You can see with detailed answer. The answer is well explained. You can see it is well explained here. It is well explained. So in case you need this past question or any of the subjects, any of the 4 subjects you want to write, we have every subject in stock for both science subjects, art subjects, and commercial subjects. We have everything and we're updated, and the question with detailed explanatory answer is also included in the PDF. So let's move to the next class where we dive into the 2024, literature in English past question, reading past question class. So don't forget to share if you like this kind of content. Don't forget to give us a follow, okay, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to share with your friend. Take 1 minute of time to share with your friend. God bless you as you do so. So let's meet in the next class for another interesting reading class.